Economic growth in China is the cornerstone of the Communist Party's legitimacy. Economic growth equals wealth, and wealth equals social stability. That's the equation. So at 7%, China's economy is chugging along bang on target. That's a target, though, that's been set by the government. Many economists say the GDP figure, which does measure the overall economic activity, is at best only a rough guide, and that the economy could actually be growing at a much slower rate. In fact, even the country's economic supremo, the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, once famously described GDP figures as man-made and for reference only. That's according to the US cables released by WikiLeaks. A more accurate guide, say some economists, looks at things like electricity usage, the amount of freight shipped, the number of passengers travelling around the country, the amount of cargo at seaports. Capital Economics in London produces what it calls the China Activity Proxy. That measures those indicators, and this is what they found. Economic growth since 2012 has been a lot weaker than the official number. The latest comparison for the first quarter of this year has official growth at 7%. The CAP has growth at 4.1%. Independent economist Andy Sher agrees.
China does not have an independent statistics bureau. It depends on local governments reporting the number from bottom up. And the local governments do have incentives to distort numbers.
What does it matter? Well, it's all about jobs. At its most fundamental, economic growth creates work. And on that front, Sher says, the Chinese authorities can rest easy.
The good thing about China is that the employment picture is very good. Labor force basically has been shrinking for over 2 years. There is no pressure for net job creation.
The accuracy of China's GDP figures is certainly not a news story. They've been questioned for years, and Beijing continues to defend its position. The latest response coming on Wednesday, the National Bureau of Statistics said at a news conference that, quote, "We don't overestimate our GDP." But despite Beijing's best efforts, this is a debate that just doesn't go away.